And the importance of being able to establish a basic thinking time, time out, recovery time routine in their homes with children starting at about age 2, going up through about age 8 or 9 or maybe even 10. That we should be able to, when a kid screws up, and they will, any kid worth keeping is going to push the limits every once in a while. When a kid screws up, we're able to say with a sweet, calm voice, uh-oh, bad decision, you need a little thinking time. And we have a routine, a certain set of words, a certain place. I'll let you know when you can come back and be with the family. None of this timer stuff, none of this good boy chair, bad boy chair kind of thing. I'll let you know when you can come back and be with the family. Should young children at age 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 understand that mom or dad have the capacity to sit you down and ask you to sit quietly for a few minutes before you come back. If mom and dad do not establish this limit in the early years, what are the chances that those kids will respect mom and dad's limits when they're 13 and 14 and 15 and 16 and 17? What are the chances that they will respect curfews and limits on where you go and when you're supposed to be home and who you're supposed to be with? What are the chances that it will be fun to live with your teenager if you have not established a basic go sit down for a few minutes quietly when these children are young? I don't want to live with that 15-year-old child. I do not want to teach basic sitting or basic self-regulation to 15-year-olds. Can you all see all the self-regulation practice that's going on in an appropriately established timeout routine? I don't like it, but I've got to go. I got to sit on the thinking chair or the thinking rug or whatever we have designated in my house. And I don't get to say, okay, I'm ready. I have to wait till mom comes and says I'm ready. And it's never too long, and it's never far away. I never think I'm abandoned. It's just in the other room. I'm not very far from her. But when she comes back and invites me back, she does it so sweetly. She says, oh, sweetheart, feel free to come on back and be with the rest of the family now. Could we do that nicely? Could we establish that limit with good practice with young children? Would it help them learn self-regulation? Could we help even kids that have a natural tendency to be strong-willed or challenging or a little distracted? Could even kids with moderate special needs, with practice, could even kids like my Molly, one of my strong-willed ones, she's the 16-year-old. She's the one back when she was about 3.5 years of age, spent more time on the thinking rug in our house than all the other kids combined. She was just pushing the limits for a little while. A strong-willed little bugger. How many of you like strong-willed kids? Oh, you'd like my Molly. She's going to make a difference in this world. I just hope it's a good one someday. When she was 3.5, she was testing the limits. She was the fourth of 4 children. I don't know how that enters into it. I think it's just her natural strong will. But I remember one day at the dinner table, she didn't think we were watching. She took a handful of mashed potatoes. She looked around and she threw them at her brother Matt. Some of you think that's funny. Be adult about this, would you? Well, unfortunately for Molly, I saw, I said, uh-oh, Molly, bad decision. Looks like you need a little thinking time. She didn't like it, but she went along. I took her little potato-filled hand and wiped it off. Led her to the thinking rug, put her there, I'll let you know when you can come back. And then I left and I did something bad. I went in the other room and I helped clean up. Then I went in my office and I started to do some work. And I completely forgot about Molly. 3.5-year-old Molly, after about 45 minutes, I said, oh shit, where's Molly? I went running in the other room and I found her sound asleep on the thinking rug. Oh, I felt so bad. I was a bad dad that day. I apologized. After a while, she didn't need to go to the thinking rug anymore. She had tested us 300 times. She's a slow learner. She finally got the picture. And life moved on. I would want every parent to know how to do that with young children, consistently and calmly and maybe even with a little love in your heart instead of anger. Wouldn't that be a good thing? I would like parents